What's up, guys? KDon357 coming to you here. Today is the 18th of April. We're this month's slipping on by, and you know what happens May 1st, right? We do it every single month. On the 1st, we give away a firearm. We usually give away a shotgun, pistol, revolver, semi-automatic rifle, bolt-action rifle. The only place around that I know of that gives away a gun every single month. How do you get a chance to win that? Come in here and spend $1, $1, which we have people that spend $20, $50, $100 and buy more tickets. And I guess, buy more tickets, the chances of you winning go up. But once again, I've said this over and over again. I'll say it now. I've had folks that have only spent $1 and still won a gun. Hey, Mr. Parks from Carthage will tell you that. He spent $1 and won 2 months in a row. Incredible. Now, if he wins again, there's something mysterious going on there, and I promise you, we're not in cahoots with him or anything like that. Generally, when I draw for these guns, I usually have somebody sitting beside of me, usually one of my folks, and we whirl that little can around and let them draw it. That way, everything's on the up and up. But I know everything's on the up and up. So anyway, what I'm going to talk to you about today is I want to talk to you about complete lowers and complete uppers. How you can just connect those things together and you have a complete rifle. We have Bear Creek Arsenal complete lowers ready to go, ready to snap to any complete upper. This lower has a 6-position adjustable stock, also has a quick disconnect to attach a sling. These are $189, $189 plus tax. So for example, you could take this 5.56 that we have at $319, a diamond fluted barrel, free float rail, M-lock connection, so you can put your little rails there for your attachments or whatever. I keep looking outside there because freight truck may pull up in a minute. But so you're looking at $319 plus $189, you're looking at $508 plus tax, and you got a complete rifle, folks. Not just that, but a nice rifle. Free float rail, M-lock, diamond flute barrel. This is nice. $508 plus tax. So you can also take this complete lower and attach this upper. This upper is chambered in .458 SOCOM. And you might say, well, Kevin, that's 2 different calibers. It'll work? Yes, it will work. You'll take this complete upper, attach it to this lower, and you got a complete rifle. And by the way, this one's just a little bit more. This is .339, shoots a big old fat bullet, hog thumper. And you got 528 plus tax, which is still a deal for a complete rifle. Same thing, free float rail, M-lock, shoots at .458. Let me show you what this thing shoots. Got this 223 round, I got the .458. All right, and this round's smoking. When it leaves that muzzle, it's leaving it at just a little over 3,000 feet per second. That's a hog thumper right there. Big difference. Big difference. And actually, this round's been around for a while, since, I don't know, 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. So, and these things were selling like hotcakes. What I mean by that is this complete upper. Now, they've slowed down a little bit, but it's like anything else. Somebody gets on something, I mean, 1 minute they're on 300 Blackout, the next minute they're on 6.5 Grundle, Creedmoor, whatever. But, still, we sell more of the 5.56 223 than any other barrel, complete upper, rifle, or what have you. This happens to be carbine length, 16-inch barrel. By the way, we do have Bear Creek Arsenal barrels, and these are Bear Creek Arsenal products that I just showed you, okay? They're made locally right here in Sanford. We have a lot of their barrels on the wall, and we want to be your one-stop shop for AR-15 parts, accessories, and things like that, okay? So let me move on to this. Financing, don't forget about that. Listen, I don't know of any other store around that finances guns. Now, we don't, but Time Financing in Sanford here does. We partnered with them. I mean, you tell me. Send me a text, send me an email, Kevin@CarolinaFirearmsTraining.com. I don't know of anybody else that does that. Please feel free to share this video. Of course, I'm going to load this up to my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is KDOD357, KDOD357. But yeah, so let your friends know. Some of those firearms you thought might be a little bit out of your reach, they are not out of your reach now, okay? Typically the way that works is zero down. From $300 to $1,000, they'll go 18 months. Between $1,000 and $2,000, they'll go 24 months. With no money down, typically is the way it works, and you get a low monthly payment. And if you want to pay it off early and save interest, you can do that. And they're not going to charge you a penalty to do that either. So it's man, everybody that does it loves it, okay? We've already had repeat customers that got one paid off, and they're already doing other guns as well. Matter of fact, a lot of times people are buying 2 guns when they use time financing. So think about that. Thinking about maybe an expensive AR, $1,000, $1,500, you really like, a little bit out of your reach. Like we got those Insurgent Tacticals back there that are super nice that would compare with the Daniel Defense, Barnes Precision, any of those upper echelon rifles that you can get into it for about $65 a month. Very, very affordable payments. So feel free to share this. Also, speaking of consignments, we're the least expensive around that I know of. Just a straight 10%. You let us sell your gun. Once again, you can share this, let your folks know it. We handle estate sales and all that. If you don't know what your gun's worth, I will help you arrive at that price. I mean, the bottom line is we want to move your firearm. If your gun hasn't moved, if we got your gun in here on consignment and it hasn't moved in 30, 45 days, then we probably need to look at it, maybe lower the price. At some point, everything sells. At some price point, everything sells. But listen, on consignment, this is what I do. I will also post it. I'll take the pictures, everything. I'll post it on Gun Broker, Guns America, Guns International. It's in my store. Feature it on my YouTube channel. Who else is going to do that for you, right? All for just 10%. So, for example, if your gun's $800, store get $80. All right, I think that's a fair, square deal there. So, if you live in Virginia, you just have your gun shipped down here. I'll be bringing more videos on more details on this, where you can call me and I'll go over the details with you, okay? Our number here is 919-708-5475. And once again, you can reach me via email at kevin@carolinafirearmstraining.com. All right. Don't forget, we got a concealed carry class this weekend. Wishing all you guys a happy Easter. We're getting closer to it. And yes, we do have a class this coming Saturday. Of course, obviously Sunday we're closed. That's the Lord's Day. We're closed that day. We don't do any training or anything that day, but we are holding our class that Saturday, and our store will be open that Saturday as well. So good time to come on in and get your concealed carry, just $49. If you need a gun, if you don't have a firearm yet, we can rent you a .22 Smith & Wesson target pistol for just $20, which includes the 30 rounds of ammunition, okay? So you can't beat that with a stick. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be opening here soon. I've got a few other things I've got to do. I want to leave you with this quote. I really, really like it. Edmund Burke. Maybe some of you out there already know what I'm going to say. A nice famous quote by Edmund Burke is simply this, and this goes back several hundred years when he made this quote. Back in the 1700s, mid 1700s, somewhere around there. But anyway, the only way for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. Well, it says good men to do nothing. I'm going to say good people, meaning good men and women to do nothing. All right? I mean, just think if our armed forces, if we didn't have any armed forces, evil would triumph. Just think if we didn't have any law enforcement, evil would triumph. You have total anarchy. It's the same thing with you, Mr. or Miss Citizen. If we stand by and do nothing, evil will triumph. All right, and that's the only way evil triumphs, is for good men and women to stand by and do nothing. So what do? You get trained up and you stay trained up. You get trained up and you stay trained up. It costs money, yes, but to me it's a very small price to pay to stay trained up and to be prepared whenever the you-know-what hits the fan, okay? When it does, right? I always like to say, we train for a day that we hope never happens, But if it does, God forbid, we're going to be better trained. Another thing I like, if you knew you was going to be in a gunfight tomorrow or an altercation tomorrow, would you train harder today? Would you have trained harder yesterday? Of course you would. My gosh. I hope the answer is yes for that. But to train and you not respond correctly, that's your fault. That's your fault, So you got to stay trained up. You got to stay trained up. I always tell folks in my concealed carry class, if you're going to carry a gun for concealment or carry a gun for protection, how often should you train? Or how long should you train? You should train for the rest of your life. You should train for as long as you carry that gun, all right? You just have to do that. Otherwise, it's anybody's guess as how you're going to respond to a situation. So most times your brain just tells you to run, all right? What if you got your kids there? What if you got your family there? You going to run? You going to leave them there? I'd like to think not. I like to respond with confidence, saying, hey, Mr. Bad Guy, Miss Bad Guy, you fixing to have a bad day. I was working with a student Tuesday. She did very, 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 very well. Anxious, nervous, and listen, I have men students out there the same way. Listen, there'd be something wrong with you anyway if you were a little bit anxious and nervous, when you start out learning how to shoot guns and things like that. But hey, I was telling her, I said, listen, when you respond, if you have to respond to a threat, you need to respond with confidence and say, hey, you messed with the wrong person because you're fixing to have a bad day. You're fixing to have a bad day. No, I'm not fixing to have a bad day. You're fixing to have a bad day. You picked the wrong dude. All right? So you respond, and you respond with confidence. All right? Don't get me riled up here. I get sick and tired of these stories I hear around here that hits the news where people are viciously assaulted, their throats cut, this, that, and the other. It's crazy out there. It's crazy. It's been crazy out there, but it's just getting crazier. All right, so I'm going to shut up. I'm almost at 12 minutes here. Get out of here. Don't forget about what I talked about the ARs. Don't forget that we got a class. You can register at Carolina Firearms Training Gun Sales. No, you can register at CarolinaFirearmsTraining.com, or you can come by our store at 1606 Westover Drive, Sanford, NC 27330. Or you can call us at 919-708-5475. And we also have 2 other classes that are posted in May. I think it's May 4th and May 18th. Should be on Saturday, all right? And I still got a couple of seats left in my AR-15 class. That is not this Friday, but the next Friday, the 26th. We're going to have a good time that day. I think I got about 2 spots still left, $150, so you still got a chance to get into that as well if you get on it. All right, so see you next time. Stay armed, stay safe. Remember, Edmund Burke, the famous quote, the only way for evil to triumph is for good men and women to stand by and do nothing. So I'm sort of paraphrasing that, right? See you.